The galaxy was on the brink of annihilation. The great civilizations that once dominated the stars now lay in ruins, their cities shattered, their species eradicated. The cause of their downfall was a single, unstoppable force, the Zorveni Collective. An empire of ruthless conquerors, the Zorvani's advanced technology and their merciless determination had crushed all opposition in their wake. Across countless worlds, entire races fell silent as the Zorveni expanded, swallowing everything in their path. The Orsalians, a once proud and technologically sophisticated race, had been the last to stand against the Zorvani, but they had failed, their magnificent fleet decimated in a final, desperate attempt to push back. Now, only one Orsalian remained, Princess Illyra. Hiding in the ancient ruins of her people's capital, she watched as the last remnants of her civilization crumbled. Her heart ached as she recalled the tales of her ancestors, a time when the Orsalians had been revered across the stars. The Zorvani had taken it all. For months, Illyra lived alone, barely scraping by. The hope that had once burned bright in her chest had turned to cold ashes. Her only solace was the constant whispers of the ancient archives, recordings from her people's final stand. But even those whispers seemed to fade, as if the galaxy itself was losing its will to fight. And then, in the depths of her despair, a ship arrived. It wasn't a Zorvani warship. Its sleek, angular silhouette was unlike anything she had ever seen. The craft was made of a shining, almost organic material that shimmered in the light of the distant stars. Illyra's first instinct was to run, but she hesitated. There was something about the ship that felt different. She watched in awe as the ship hovered silently above the ruins, sending out pulses of energy. Then, a voice broke through the silence, echoing across the ancient city. "Princess Illyra, we are here to help." Her heart skipped a beat. Who could possibly help now? The galaxy was broken, the Zorvani unchallenged. She stepped forward cautiously, her mind racing. A hatch opened on the ship, revealing a group of figures. Tall, human figures. Their features were familiar but different, like a reflection in a warped mirror. The leader of the group, a tall man with short, cropped black hair and a hardened expression, stepped forward. He spoke with a calm confidence that Illyra had not heard in years. "My name is Captain Erickson. We are the Terran Coalition, and we've come to liberate this galaxy." Illyra blinked, stunned. The Terran Coalition? She had heard of them in passing, scattered remnants of humanity, said to be confined to a few war-torn systems at the edge of known space. But their reputation was one of defiance, not hope. "The Zorvani," Illyra began, her voice barely above a whisper. "How can you possibly stand against them? They are unstoppable." Erickson's eyes gleamed with determination. "The Zorvani may have conquered many, but they have never faced us. Humans don't bend to tyranny. We fight until there's nothing left but victory." Illyra's mind raced. She had heard rumors of humans, but never had she imagined that such a force could exist, especially after everything that had happened. The last remnants of humanity had been scattered, and most had been lost in history. Yet here they were, standing before her, offering a chance she had long given up on. "But you're outnumbered," Illyra said, her voice tinged with disbelief. "You have no fleet, no resources. How can you possibly win?" Captain Erickson chuckled, a deep, knowing sound that sent a chill down Illyra's spine. "You underestimate us. We don't need numbers. We don't need fleets. What we have is the will to win. We've faced worse odds and come out on top." Illyra shook her head. "But how? What is it that makes humans so different? How are you not just another fallen species like all the others?" "Because," Erickson said with a smile that was equal parts fierce and determined, "humans don't quit. We adapt. We fight smart. And above all, we have something the Zorvani will never understand. We fight for each other. When everything is lost, we still find a way." Illyra stared at him, stunned by the sheer conviction in his words. The more she thought about it, the more she realized how true it was. The Orsalians, her people, had been proud and strong, but their downfall had been in their isolation, each race alone, unable to work together. But humanity, they had faced countless challenges, pushed to the brink time and time again, and somehow always found a way to rise. Tell me what to do, Alara said, her voice shaking with a newfound fire. She was no longer a princess hiding in the shadows. She was a warrior, ready to fight for her people once more. Erickson nodded, his expression softened, but still resolute. First, we need to establish contact with the remnants of the galaxy. We'll rally what's left and make a stand. You've got the heart of a leader, Delatera. Help us bring the galaxy together, and we'll show the Zorvani that they made a grave mistake. And so it began. The Terran Coalition's presence sparked a wave of hope throughout the galaxy. Slowly, resistance movements began to form, from the surviving members of the Orsalians to other species who had once been silent in the face of the Zorvani's tyranny. Humanity's rallying cry spread like wildfire. No longer were they just scattered survivors. They were a force to be reckoned with. In the darkness of the galaxy, a light began to shine. The Zorvani, confident in their victory, had not anticipated the united front that humanity would bring. They underestimated the power of desperation combined with ingenuity, and they failed to recognize the unwavering spirit of those who fought for the future. The Terran Coalition, with Alira at their side, led the charge, and in the end, the Zorvani learned a harsh truth. They had never truly understood what it meant to face the human spirit. And as the Zorvani collective crumbled under the weight of their own hubris, the galaxy stood united once more, stronger than ever. All hope had been lost until humans stepped in.